Hey YouTube, Mego25 here, and if you hear some weird voice in the background, I'm not sure if you will, but my mom's vacuuming upstairs, and this is sitting on top of my computer, so awesome. This is gonna be one of a couple videos I'm putting up in the next couple weeks. If you guys will know, my filming situation I have to do it under is really weird. But anyway, I got a new console. Yeah, I got, this is one of two I got for Christmas, actually. For Christmas, not during Christmas, for Christmas. It's in this nice box, which, it came in. I unwrapped it, I opened it, and, I almost what the heck? What the beep? Seriously, I was shocked to figure out what this is. So, let's open it and see what it is. Oh, yes. Yes. Unwind cord. Okay. Couple of hints. For one, it is a vintage console. Very vintage indeed. Two, it has a wire sticking at the back, which is what I'm unraveling right now. Three, and this one will probably give it away. It's solid. It's practically solid black. That gave it away. That is this beautiful baby, the Atari 2600. Oh yes. Oh yes. Let's go over the system. This is the Darth Vader model, actually. There were several models. There was your normal, there was your heavy sixer, and then the Darth Vader. I know there were a couple other models, but they don't come off the top of my head. The two major ones are the normal one, the Darth Vader, and the heavy sixer, which had 6 switches, as this one normal had 4, and there was also a wooden one that had 4, which is what the normal one was. So let's look over this beauty here. There you got the console itself. You got, this is your power switch right here. Your color and black and white switch. And yeah, you can actually play this on a black and white TV and just switch this to turn on and off the color. Here's your cartridge slot. There's no protection for this cartridge slot, which kind of sucks, but you know, take what you get. Your game select, because there are a couple games which I'll show you, which I got, in which there's multiple games in the system. So you would press this down until you get the game you want, and then you would just probably press the button or something, and then you would play it. Or you would press this in order to actually stop the demo to actually play the game, which the demo is played at the beginning. You would play that to stop it, and the game reset. No wait, this would be your reset. This is what you would do to stop the game. You would select the game with this, reset it, and that would start your game. So, and then we look on the back here. I don't know how good you can see that, but we got our channel switch right here. Yeah, we got channel switch, left controller, which that's a 9-pin, so your Genesis controller will work for that. Your difficulty between expert and novice for your first player. Your expert and novice switch for your second player right here. Here's your power right there. It takes a special power cord, and your left controller port. The system looks really nice, and if you can't see there, it says video computer system. Yes, this is what you called a computer back in 1977 is when the system debuted. But this is a really nice console. And this one is really good condition. Honestly, it's really nice. And one thing I have to say is a B about the system is just the pain in the butt that the wire, you know, what you plug into TV, it's hardwired into the console, which is a pain in the butt because you can get these and this wire is gone, so you're screwed. You can't replace the wire. It's hardwired into the console. That's what I hate about consoles back in the 70s. They never realized that maybe we'd like to unplug that shit. Jeez, and sometimes that shit broke. Anyway, here's the rest of the stuff I didn't want you to see because we'll give it away. Here's your computer to AV thing. Yeah, that's what you call a base. That's what you call the basic of a This is what you call your basic AVs here. This is what started AVs, dang it. Look at this thing. dang. And that's made out of real metal. This is made out of like real metal, man. This isn't bull, okay? And it would plug into the console like that. Very simple. You plug this into your TV. Simple, and this would change between the console and TV. Simple. And we got a couple controllers. We got 3 normal controllers here. They all look the same, except one doesn't have all the orange on it. It's black. I might show that one, but here's your controller, classic. You just got your button and you got your joypad. The joypads are really stiff, I find. They're nothing next to what we have nowadays. But at the same time, you gotta remember, this was pretty loose for back in the day. If you felt a ColecoVision joystick, you will definitely know what I'm talking about. I mean, these sticks used to be really rough. At least it was better than like a disc or a number pad. It was horrible in a number pad. Here's the black one. The same thing, only there's no orange over there, which kind of stinks, but I'll take what I get. And then you got this, the video touchpad. The only game I have that's useful for this is Star Raiders, which I have the overlay for. What would here's how you would get it. You would get it like that, with just a bunch of weird black keys, which really wouldn't do anything, if you guys can see that. So what you would do is that each game that was compatible came with an overlay. So you would slip the overlay on, and there you go. It tells you what the keys are. Yeah. I don't think many games were compatible with this, but it's sort of cool. Made in Taiwan. It's made in Taiwan. Made in Taiwan. Okay. Next. And there's my other controller. Bye-bye box. Whee! Miscellaneous controllers? Miscellaneous controllers. Here's something. This was made in China. Yeah, China. The Atari is a registered mark of Atari Incorporated. This is like a joystick. Honestly, I find this, I haven't played with this yet, but just how it plays, it looks like it fares a lot better than the average controller. But I think my biggest gripe is going to be with this, I don't like the fire button. The fire button seems a little weaker than this button. So you give up the, yeah, this joystick I think is going to work a lot better than the normal one. But it's squeaky. Yeah, that's squeaky. Okay. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. But yeah, that's just your average flight stick type of controller. And this was really weird. I got this weird adapter thing. I have no idea what this thing is for, but it looks like it goes from your plug into the console. It looks like you could plug this in the console. Yeah, you could. Oh, what's an extender? Yeah, I just realized what this was for. This is an extender. You would plug this end into your Atari, and then you would hook this end into the your controller. It's basically an extender. Not very big extender, but it's interesting. It's kind of like what I have my Xbox right there. That's kind of what I did with that. And then we got the trackball, yeah. And the first thing is that this thing is huge. These trackballs have always been so big. I'm not sure if this is operational. I'm gonna guess it works. But you have 2 buttons, which means you have a variant of which button you want to use. You got a switch here, joystick or trackball. Okay, you got a switch here. It says joystick or trackball, which I have no idea what it does. So that's interesting. This was basically used with Breakout or other stuff. You can also use this as a joystick, which is why it has the 8 directions. Or you can use it as the trackball and just use it for stuff like Breakout, which is what it was mainly used for and what it's mainly used for today. Kind of an interesting controller, and let's see, what does it say it's made from? You're kidding, it doesn't say what it's made. Okay. This doesn't say where it's made from. Okay, I was assuming that's made in Taiwan. And here's something really freaking cool. Crap. Oh. Okay, that's not good. It's a pair of paddles for it. These are also kind of, I think, like used for breakout and stuff because it's just very simple. You just turn the sucker. This is how many of the Pong games were actually. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah, basically this is how the old Pong games were. Sorry about clipping the camera, but my mom needed me for a second, so sweet. Basically you just had a button on both sides, which this is not Pong games where all Pong was. Before Atari, this is how you would move. Sounds fun, right? Well, guess what it was. But you're probably thinking, oh, guess what it wasn't. Well, no, it was. And this battle's broken, which really sucks, but it should work. They come in, they unison into one, which is really freaking weird. I don't know why they did that, but they're paddles. It's kind of interesting. You have a little paddle sticker there, and it doesn't tell you where they're made, so that sucks. Bye bye, plastic box. Yes, I score. On to the games. I have a lot of games and little time to show you. Let's go. I have all of these categorized by title. So first I want to show you these. These are all the manuals, packets, everything. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. I'm lucky to have these too. Oh, this is something I want to show you guys before I show you the games. This is what came with Yars' Revenge, which was a shooter for 2600. Basically, it's a comic. If you guys can see that, it's a comic. That's really cool, actually. I haven't looked through it, but these are really nice, and I wish like more video games came with these, kind of like comics and extracurricular and extra BS. And at the end, I'll show you something else I got with the manuals, but that was kind of cool. So yeah, games. Asteroids for 2600. This game's classic. If you have a 2600, you need this game, or you already have this game. Very fun game. Simple graphics, simple concept, but still fun game. And that's tradition with most games. Basketball for 2600. This is a two-player kind of basketball kind of game. It's 2600. That's all you can say when you kind of say these kind of games. It's 2600. Berserk on 2600. I find this to be a really fun game. Basically, you're just going around shooting stuff. You're just going around shooting people, going through doors, finding passageways, trying to survive. Basically, it's pretty fun. Bowling. I haven't had the chance to try it out, but I'd like to actually. It sounds pretty fun. Bowling on 2600. Centipede. I haven't played this game yet. I have seen it and heard of it. I can't wait to play the 2600 port because this is a magnificent game. Circus Atari. Haven't played it. Combat. I did kind of play Combat. This is one of the games that has 5 games on it. I'll read them off. It's got Tank, Tank Pong, Invisible Tank, Biplane, and Jetfire, which are probably all variations of Pong. Which are all either Invisible Tank, Biplane, and Jetfire, which are probably all variations of Pong. Oh, I'm kidding. But they're all probably variations of Tank. Pretty cool, though, to be honest. They're 2-player games. Tank's pretty fun, actually. Basically, you just go around and move around and shoot your opponent. It's just a simple versus game, but I find it to be extremely fun. Crystal Castles. This is a fun game. This is a ripoff of a Sega game that ripped off Donkey Kong. Dang. At least I believe that's what Crystal Castles is. It's still a pretty fun game on 2600. The graphics aren't all to go home about, but it's very fun, nonetheless. Dig Dug. I find this to be a pretty decent port on 2600. It's not amazing. I find it to be a little slower than the arcade, which sucks because I don't think because in my personal opinion, the enemies aren't any slower, but you are, so that's a bad thing. But it's not bad. It's what you expect out of 2600. Donkey Kong. This is the first port Donkey Kong, and it sucks. It sucks. The graphics look like poopy, and the graphics are okay. I mean, they're not great, and it only has 2 levels from the original. And what sucks is that, look, that's the first thing I saw. Donkey Kong, Coleco. I thought this was a ColecoVision game. That's no joke. I thought it was a ColecoVision game. And it says video game card, and it says by Nintendo on the front. And then it finally says video game cartridge for use with Atari video game computer or Sears Video Arcade, which was another port, another version of the Atari 2600, the Sears Video Arcade. But how many video game company names do you need on it? We got Atari, we got Coleco, and we got Nintendo. Jeez, make up your minds. Oh, shit. Oh, God. I actually touched the label. E.T. Oh, God. I'm trembling because this game is ball cider. This game sucks, man. Like, seriously, I don't want to kick a dead horse, but when they call this the worst game ever, they're not wrong by saying so. They are not wronged by saying so. This is not a good game at all. Not a good game at all. The only thing I liked was the pixelated ETA. That looked kind of weird, but it looked kind of cool. But other than that, this game sucks balls, man. Oh, man, I can't believe I touched the label for this thing. Okay. Football in 2600, I haven't played it. Frogger, I played a little bit of this. It seems like an adequate port. I didn't get that far in it. I got to a log and I died. But I haven't played a lot of these 2600 games, but I'm hoping to play a lot. But Frogger looks like it has definitely has potential. Made by Parker Brothers, if you can't see. They use the card anyway. Maze Craze, I haven't played it, you haven't heard of it. Mega Mania, I haven't played it. It looks okay. It looks like a space shooter, which the Atari 2600 had way too many of, to be honest. Missile Command. This is a classic and a very good game. Basically, you're just like a pivotal thing on the like a pivotal turret, like a 180 pivotal turret. You're just going around shooting missiles to stop like asteroids from coming down and destroying houses. It's okay. Like most 2600 games, the idea is to get the highest score. There's really no games where you can actually finish the game. I believe E.T. is one of the only ones that let you do that. Moon Patrol, I haven't played it, though I'm actually wanting to play it. Mrs. Pac-Man. This was a decent port of Pac-Man. This was definitely better than the atrociousness that I've heard the original Pac-Man on 2600 is. I heard the game sucks, which is why Atari went downhill fast, which led to the video game crash of 1984. Thanks. But Mrs. Pac-Man, good port by Namco. Good port. Pele Soccer, I haven't played it. And here's the thing. All these sports games, like basketball, bowling, football, I mean, they all, like, all of them don't include a name. So why does soccer get its own name? What's so great about soccer? Jeez. Unfortunately, I haven't played Pitfall, but it's a great, I've heard it's a very, very good Atari game, followed up by an atrocious port on the NES, so I better enjoy this while it lasts until I get Super Pitfall. Yeah, Super Pitfall on Nintendo. It sucks ass, I've heard. But, I'll be the, push of that. Q*bert. This is actually a pretty fun game. Basically, you just go around jumping on tiles, turn them different colors. The idea is to make all the tiles the same color. And what's that? That's censorship. This guy's spewing out curse words. He's probably going F. But this is a really fun game nonetheless, even though these guys are spewing curses left and right. Star Master, haven't played it though. By the thing on the front, it looks like it has a first-person thing, which is kind of interesting. But it looks like it has a couple different games on it, which is interesting. Star Raiders, haven't played it, but this one uses the video touchpad, so this will be interesting. That'll be an interesting game to try out. Super Breakout. I tried a little bit of this. It's basically just Breakout with a couple, I think, different variations maybe. Used with paddle controller. Okay, that's why I control it. It's a really fun game. It's a very fun game. Basically, there's a ball and you move a bottom on there, a bunch of bricks, and you just move the hit the brick. It sounds very simple, but let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. So Super Breakout, I say try it out. And you can get a lot of these games on emulation if you're interested enough. Video Pinball. This game is really fun. Basically, it's just one pinball board, 8-bit graphics. I mean, it's pinball. Play it. And then here's Yars' Revenge, one of the most popular games on Atari 2600. Very fun. You're basically just going around shooting this thing, going through some nuclear waterfall thing. It's really weird, but it's surprisingly a lot of fun. And before I close this video, I wanted to show you one cool thing. Okay, make sure there's nothing else in here I want to show you. Nope. I also got manuals for games I don't even have. Like, I think I have one in here for the original Pac-Man, which means, like, this guy got rid of some of his games or lost them. But here's something really cool I found. It's a poster. Yeah, this is a really cool poster that came with the console. There's Atari 2600 games. These are all the games they have out. Baseball, normal games, Yars' Revenge, all that good stuff. And then you got all their, like, handhelds, all that stuff. Here's games for the Atari 5200, which is really weird because the Atari 5200 crashed horribly. And then you got, like, controllers, the wireless remote controllers, which was really new at the time. We really didn't get that until almost this generation, really, to be honest. The 2600, the 5200, the behemoth of the 5200, and those horrible 5200 controllers, they would suck. Atari's Kid controller, the blue one, the Space Age joystick, then you got your 2600 Pro line joystick, which was basically, it reminds you of the 7800 joystick. And then you got the horrible joysticks right there, the 5200 joysticks. But yeah, that was really cool. And you also get this down here. No wonder the Atari 2600 and the Atari 5100 Super System. Yeah, super system. What a super piece of shit. But anyway, that's the Atari 2600. Very nice system, very fun, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this baby right here. So anyway, guys, let's see what time I'm at actually. "24 minutes. Dang. Alright, anyway, guys, till next time.